You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, to see you again. Yep, the voice that you're hearing behind me is none other than Cheree Strydom, and we're very, very happy to be sitting in the lounge right in the middle of Langebaan with Cheree Strydom. Welcome, Cheree. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for opening up your house to us.
It's a huge pleasure. It's lovely to have you here. It's the only way that I'm going to get you to come and visit me, huh?
Absolutely. Now, but you're such a busy girl. You just got off a big tour, I believe. Tell us what's been happening, what is happening, and what's going to happen to Cheree for the rest of the year.
Well, I gave you one of our new CDs the other day, so you know that Vani and I have got a new album which we're very excited about, because it's our first album that we actually financed ourselves and doing it under our own label. It's an album called So Onthou Ons Gunsteling Duette. It's a bit of a interim album, because Van and I ourselves as solo artists are still trying to find our feet. I've recently had 2 kids, Taylor Hope's 4 and Bella's 2. So now only am I feeling a bit more like myself to actually want to do something solo. And at this point we're punting the album, and then we're working on solo projects definitely before the end of the year. But touring and showing a lot, and you know Wynand does our bookings and he keeps me really busy. I said to him the other day, management, stop. I need to spend some kind of time at home as well. So at the moment you're visiting us on an off day, and we're just loving being at home and on the West Coast. It's always great to come back to our home in the West Coast.
But it must be very exciting to finally see something that is off your own label, Fine Tune Records, the very first product. I mean, isn't that amazing? And you guys must have been pretty excited when you had that CD in your hands.
It was pretty surreal. It still is. Wynand had this idea, the So Onthou Ons reeks. Dis 'n reeks. We want to do So Onthou Ons, our favorite love songs next or whatever. But I kind of latched onto it, and it's something that we're hoping will grow with us as we grow as well, as we get older. And the reaction at the shows, with people wanting to buy the material that we enjoy singing, that's exciting. And all the money comes to us as well.
Indie is the way to go these days, hey? And I believe you're actually sourcing some talent from the West Coast and bringing them into your own studio here and working with them.
Always.
Wouldn't it be great to write songs for them as well?
It's happening already. We were very fortunate that Wouter van der Venter, you know who he is, because he happens to sing one of your favorite Afrikaans songs ever. Or he happened to have written this song.
And Wouter's working with you guys now?
What's insane is, you know what, years ago I used to ask Wouter well, I'm not going to say what I used to say, but who do I have to talk to get one of your songs? Because I've always had you and Clive to write English songs for me, but Afrikaans was, you do write Afrikaans, you've written many amazing Afrikaans songs, but Wouter, based on what I heard, Pretoria Princess, Kom 'n bietjie binne. He's got beautiful lyrics, and I've always loved his stuff. And he had the opportunity to move to Langebaan the beginning of 2015 this year.
So it was serendipitous. I mean, he's here now, and you guys are networking. You're going to create like vibes here on the West Coast.
And Wouter's wife and I became very good friends, and we subsequently have started a business where we design websites as well for local people. It's not something big scale. It's more very intimate and very personal.
They're designing my website, and I'm still waiting for it. They've taken a year to...
No, you know what? I'm still waiting for material that Tony Ridgway has got like no time
Well, I'm
to gather.
administratively challenged, you know that. You've known me how long? I mean, when did we first meet?
You and I met probably when I was 9 years old, I think. My father he just took over from Harry Campbell, Uncle Harry Campbell, on bass for Rocking Horse. That's how we met, yes, and you guys found out I could sing, and you wrote me into a talent competition, and I happened to win it. I don't think that was nepotism at all. It was because I was talented.
I wasn't a judge.
Yeah, you weren't, but yeah, that's how it started for me.
Question, what was the last CD or album that you bought?
That I bought? Leonard Cohen's new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Surprised. I would have thought the
I don't know,
Zac
I must
Brown
be
band or
what is
something like
it?
that.
Oh, we bought the Zac Brown band, Jekyll and Hyde. We bought it. We downloaded. We actually didn't buy it. We downloaded, but we bought it.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but we downloaded.
Okay, I've promised my producer to ask you this question.
No, don't
You
ask
and
it. Ask me.
Wynand, your relationship started out pretty contentiously, controversial. We
Yeah.
know that you know me very well.
You were in the midst of it all.
I'm not a person who likes to beat around the bush, okay? Your very first time that you and Wynand got together, it made the son,
Yeah.
did it not? Now, would you care to talk about that? I mean, now you
Well, what
guys
do
are
you
the
wanna know?
darlings of virtually every, you're on the cover of virtually every magazine in South Africa, but it started with the son. Auspicious start?
Well, you know what? If you watch the movie Walk the Line, now often people have referred to Wynand and I as the Johnny and June of South Africa, which I enjoy having that title. And if you actually watch their love story, it's pretty similar. And I think all I care to say about it is that things happen the way they do, and life works out the way that it does, but it works out how it should.
You're not answering my question. Tell me about the son.
Well, the son, thank goodness at that time that Watse Courant, and that newspaper only came out in Pretoria. So only Wynand's mom and dad and family got to really see it, because mine didn't. We live on the West Coast in Cape Town. But it was a tough time at that point, to be on the front cover with something which wasn't necessarily seen in the proper light that it should have been, and without throwing mud, because that's the one thing I can say. Sorry, I get seriously emotional, but my husband has never ever badmouthed his ex-wife. Never ever. Not anywhere will you ever read him saying, she did this, he did that. It was never that. Because we stopped it right there. It wasn't going to become that. But in hindsight, all I can say is that everything turned out the way that it should.
Absolutely.
So that doesn't even really matter, and I don't even really want to talk about it, because...
I know, but I must just say to everyone out there that I've known Cheree since she was a child, and I
And now
met
my makeup
Wynand
is smudging.
Strydom at that particular time as well, and I already immediately knew, both my wife and I knew, that he was like the perfect person
For
me.
sure.
And that's so it's proved to be, I mean, anybody can have an inauspicious
And-
start, but I mean, you were both very young, you were both very young. I mean,
I was ready to meet someone and settle down.
sure,
That
but I
was
mean,
where I was at.
the record industry, the entertainment industry is seriously, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
difficult
dog
one
eat
to be.
dog.
Everybody, there are lights on you all the time. People are wanting
Yeah.
this. There are people,
And
there are tabloids out there
you
that
open
make
yourself
a
up for
business
that.
out of just trying to look for
But-
the dirt, dig for the dirt, kind of thing.
For sure.
And
But that's why I think my and Wayne's story is so beautiful. It's because people don't really even see that anymore, It was never really about that. It's almost like we got a first chance at our love story. People only really got to see that part because that's what's real. That's
honestly,
the real
you've also
part.
become, not only here on the West Coast, but I think through South Africa, the two of you have become kind of like the ultimate singing duo. I mean, there's nothing wrong with comparing you to Johnny and June Cash, because there's nobody else here.
Yeah.
And wow, what a long way you guys have gone. That was amazing.
For sure.
Great stuff.
I've even gotten Wayne to like country music. I mean, hello.
Remember this one? Dream, 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 when I want you, in the night when I need you, to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream. Thank you.
Bigshot